Do you have that little voice in your head that is so annoying, which keeps telling you cannot do this, you cannot do that? Hi, I'm Teja Pradarshini, founder for Akashic Center for Healing, and today we're talking about self-doubt. It's that annoying little voice, that persuasive little voice that says, you're not capable of this, you're not good enough, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Well, it's time to quieten that voice, especially if it's limiting you from moving forward in life. Self-doubt can be very, very detrimental. It cannot allow you to start things. It won't allow you to finish things. It can prevent you from seizing opportunities. Self-doubt is only good when, it allows you to see the certain limitations in your current situation. That time it's all right. But at other times, you don't need self-doubt. And here's how you can overcome self-doubt. The first thing you need to do is say, stop. Enough already. Quieten that voice down in your head that goes on telling you you are not capable of doing it. Because it first starts as a tiny little whisper and then it becomes a gushing stream of sentences that are endless and non-stop. So when it starts to whisper, say stop. Just stop. Stop and tell yourself you're not going to have any self-doubt. You're going to release that limitation from your mind and you're going to go forward with it anyway. Second point is to look into the past. How many times have you doubted yourself and said, you know what, I won't be able to do that, or that can't happen, and I'm not just good enough for anything. All of those nasty little self-doubt things that you think about yourself. Now tell me this, how many times have they come true? All the time? Some of the time? Most of the time? Most of the time, I don't think they've come true. If they did come true some of the time, that is because of the law of attraction. You're thinking about it so much that you actually made it true and manifested it in your reality. But most of the time, whenever we doubt ourselves and we tell ourselves that no, we cannot do something, we actually can. And that's the whole point of this entire topic on how you can overcome self-doubt. The third point is, if you have a doubt, talk to someone about it. For all you know, you may be exaggerating this thought in your mind so much, blowing it out of proportions. But when you find yourself or hear yourself talking to somebody about this so-called self-doubt that you have, you will begin to understand that you've exaggerated it to out of proportion sometimes. And the other person can also point out all of those things that you are capable of doing and motivate you to do all of these things that you're doubting that you cannot do. The fourth point is stop comparing yourself. Oh my God, this is like one of the biggest things you can do to overcome self-doubt. We only doubt ourselves when we compare ourselves to someone else. For example, before I started making these videos, I would look at these YouTube videos of professionals doing it and I would tell myself, I'm not as good at that as them. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of skill set to whip out videos that look like, movies. They look so good that you cannot help wonder if you're even capable of doing something like that. But then I started making my own videos, telling myself, it's fine, it's a doubt that I have. I'm just going to keep making videos. How many ever people watch this, it's fine. If they don't watch it, it's still fine. I'm doing this because I have a purpose in life and I'm trying to fulfill that. So if I keep doubting myself and give in to that, I would have never made these videos in the first place, right? So stop comparing yourself with everyone around you, because it's not healthy, first of all. And the more you compare yourself, you start doubting yourself a whole lot more. And we don't want that, do we? The fifth thing is to journal your thoughts. Every time you write down all the positive aspects of yourself and journal every emotion, feeling, and thought that you have, you begin to see that you are such a capable person and you have a potential to do so much more, but you're just limiting yourself in your mind. All the limitations, all the negative thoughts, everything are in your mind. So once you understand that and let that go, so many things will start flowing into your life so much more smoother. It's just going to get blissful and joyful. So start writing down, journaling your thoughts, emotions, feelings, so that when you look back at them, you will understand yourself a whole lot more better. The sixth point is people don't actually care that much about what you say or do. Everyone is caught up in their own minds, you see, and everyone has a million thoughts in their head at any given point. So you may be thinking that, oh my God, that person must be talking about me or thinking about me in a certain way because I said this and I did that. Forget about it. Nobody has that kind of patience to analyze every little thing that you have done because they have so much going on in their lives as well. So don't get caught up with that feeling that everyone is trying to look at you and dissect you and criticize you or judge you. That will again create self-doubt. So let go of that perception. Don't really care what anyone else thinks about you because it really doesn't matter. It's their opinion, it's their point of view. Everyone has points of view, and when we understand that it's just something that is coming from their experience, or they must have had a bad day and they started shouting at you and projecting their feelings onto you, when you look at the bigger picture, you will understand it's not all about you. Maybe they're going through something. If you, for example, been on a date but the guy didn't call you back for a second date, that doesn't mean you are a bad person or you're not beautiful enough. Maybe that guy's mom got sick. Who knows, right? Or maybe he got fired from his job. You never know what is happening in his life. So don't start assuming the worst about yourself. Let it go. And that is exactly my next point, the 7th point. What anything anyone else does is not always about you. Because like I was telling, somebody could be having a bad day. You don't really know what is happening in their life unless you're living their life in their skin and bone. You cannot really say what's happening in their mind. So if someone is doing something and you feel that it is because of you and you're creating all this doubt about yourself, stop right there, cancel that thought. Alright, it's not always about you. It could be about whatever they're experiencing in the current moment. The 8th point is to get yourself a boost of optimism. How do you do that? Watch positive videos. Get inspired or motivated by enthusiastic people around you. People who are enthusiastic about life, who love what they're doing, who are living in joy and wonder all of the time. Try and get inspired by such people, absorb some of that energy and make it yours. And the whole self-doubt thing, it'll just vanish out of your mind. The 9th thing you need to understand is that setbacks are just temporary. No setback is permanent, alright? So if you have failed or had a failed attempt at something, that doesn't make you a failure. Failure is something that, well, I'll talk about it in another video. But if you have failed in like 1 time or 2 times or 100 times, and if you still keep trying again and again, kudos to you, because that's exactly what you need to do. The more you try, the more you will learn what not to do, and that is how you are going to succeed in life. So if something fails at one point, that doesn't make you a failure. Alright? So setbacks are just very, very temporary, and they will start to change and shift once you change your perception about them. Point number 10. In case you didn't notice, there are sometimes limitations that are not just in our mind, but it could also be that we have certain limited skill sets. For example, if you want to go and give an interview at some place which speaks a certain language and you're not very confident about that language, then I suggest you sharpen your skills. You learn that language so that it comes to you more easily and more fluently, and it kind of boosts your confidence as well. When you have certain skill sets and you know you're good at it, it just boosts your level of confidence so that when you go there, you're going to kill that interview. So boosting certain skill sets, learning new skills, enhancing your confidence in this way can remove self-doubt from your mind. And the last point is, you can always course correct, right? So if you have decided to do something but then there's a lot of self-doubt coming your way, all you need to do, like I said, be patient. Tell your mind to stop telling you that you can do this and you cannot do that, and correct your course. I mean, you have choice. Choice is like the biggest weapon that you have. Every time you get stuck, you can always choose to do things differently. And when you do things differently, things begin to change and shift, and it gets easier as you go along. So these are the many different ways you can get rid of self-doubt. from your mind and from your life. If you want to know more, just get in touch with me. Let's have a chat. Let's see what's happening in that beautiful mind of yours. I'm Teja Priyadarshini. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram at Akashik Official. That is my handle. That's right up at the screen right now. And I'm going to see you very, very soon. Until then, have a beautiful week, my lovelies. I love you guys so much.